Greetings, friends, and welcome back to the 3 Minute Horror Show. Today I'll be interviewing actress, model, director, writer, producer, and artist, not to mention voiceover artist, Mel Heflin. Honestly, I don't think that there's anything Mel hasn't done on an indie film set. Mel started working as a model in the early 2000s, and she's been working in the film industry since 2010. She has well over 100 screen credits since then. She's a certified, honest-to-goodness screen queen. Mel, welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. This is very exciting. I love talking about my stuff.
Excellent. Before we get started, would you like to give the audience a little background on yourself?
You covered it pretty darn well. Um, so I was a small town girl from Winchester, Virginia, with huge dreams, and here I am living them every day.
That's a very good answer. Now, I didn't realize until I started doing the research for this interview how prolific of a voiceover artist you are. You've done like entire series of audiobooks.
Yes, I've done several series actually, and
Yeah.
a couple ongoing. It's so hard for me to wrap up a series. I am on the final two chapters for Vampire Hunter's Diaries, and it's really hard because I live with those characters longer than I live with any other type of characters, and it's hard to let go of somebody you've been voicing for multiple years.
Have you ever done video game work?
Yes, and
Oh,
that
wow.
is absolutely my favorite. I actually worked one of my first video games. I worked on a Betty Boop dating sim, and
Oh.
I played Betty Boop. And I got to sing, and it was interesting because I was obviously much younger. This was, probably around 15 years ago, and someone referred to me in a review as an old crow, and I was like, "Oh,
Wow.
yikes!" But it was like, okay, I need to. I took those notes, and I was like, okay, so less scratchy if I ever do Betty Boop again.
Before we go much farther, can I tell you something embarrassing?
Of course.
Okay. Whenever I see your name come up on the credits of a movie, because I watch movies at random quite often, that's how I find these wonderfully bad and wonderfully good indie films. But whenever I see Mel Heflin come up, I say, like Rob Lowe's character from Parks and Recreation, I say Mel Heflin, and I say it out loud.
That.
All right, so you didn't disconnect, so that's good. So let's get on with the interview. So, when I'm interviewing highly creative people, I'm always interested to hear where that creativity comes from. Have you always been drawn to create some sort of art?
Oh, yes, I cannot stop creating in any way, shape, or form. I always have multiple projects going on. My poor partner, there is my house is a tornado. There's different areas of the house taken up. Uh there's resin pouring station, there's my painting station, there's my jewelry making station. There's
Wow.
my um my entire bedroom right now is taken over
Oh, the
by
pop
creating
guys.
Funko Pop boxes.
Yeah.
um, I've never been able to stop, even in like my worst of times where I didn't have a permanent place.
Yeah.
I was still finding ways to create, whether that was with chalk or something. I can't stop it. And I don't know if that's my deep rooted in my ADHD or if it's burned into my soul or what it is, but I have to be making something.
When would you say that those creative inclinations started?
Oh gosh, the moment I was born. The moment I was born. As soon as I could talk, I was making up melodies and songs,
Oh,
and I know that the songwriting didn't really come out until just a couple of years ago with my first single. But if I didn't become an actor, becoming a singer was kind of my second. That was something I was going to strive towards. Um, very young, I was trying to create like different fashion outfits and things, and modeling for my mom and telling her,
yeah.
take a picture for me, and like trying to create something. And I would make hats, and oh gosh, I made so many hats out of newspaper. not just regular like sailor type hats, but all
Yeah.
kinds of things.
And for the folks at home, we're going to collect links to everything that Mel's talking about, hopefully to your single as well, and put them in the description of this video so that you can click on them easily.
Wonderful.
Yeah. What did you draw inspiration from as a child?
Oh gosh, I have no idea. Out of anything. I would find it in anything. I had so many plastic dinosaurs, as many of us did growing
Yeah.
up in the 90s. And I really liked Land Before Time and those sort of things. And I wanted to do full costumes, but of course, in my childlike mind, that was me taking a Petrie puppet and putting it on my head and saying I'm Petrie now, and like a blanket and flapping around the house. Like, look, Mom, I'm recreating Land Before Time live action back before everything was made live action. I did
Yeah.
it first.
Yeah, you did it. It was you. At what point in your life did you know that you wanted to create for a living?
Always,
Always?
always. Yeah. You know, it wasn't always a feasible thing,
Yeah.
and I worked a bunch of odd jobs. But there was, there was joy in, bringing people food and washing dishes. There was joy in that, but I was never fully satisfied.
I was restaurant
It was,
industry too. I know what you mean.
yeah.
I was back of the house though.
Mm.
So what came next for you? How did you get into modeling?
So I was model scouted. I think I was like right before I turned 14, and I was being all sassy, trying on clothes with my mom in J.C. Penney's. And there was a like model recruiter that came over and handed my mom a business card, and my mom was,
Mm,
of course, skeptical.
yeah.
And I was like, let's at least try. And I went and they showed me how to walk, and I did some Polaroids, and they got me a portfolio made, and I actually walked some runways for
Wow.
some designers,
Yeah.
and I did some uh, photos for J.C. Penney's, and gosh, those were the days back when they told us the internet is forever, and yet I can't find those anywhere. I do have one in a frame somewhere around here, though.
Yeah.
I need to pull that out. I need to find it.
Was there a natural progression from your modeling and getting into film, or how did you make that jump?
That's interesting. So, a friend of mine in the modeling industry reached out to me and they said, "Hey, you're local. I'm working on a horror movie project. Would you like to come audition?" And I was like, "Get out of town." Yes, of course. Of course. This is my whole life has brought me to this moment. And I came out and I gave the audition everything that I had. And immediately I was called back. And it it was very crazy and it happened very fast. And my character was the last one, I believe, being cast
Okay.
before scheduling and everything. And it I had a very it was very interesting taking the modeling aspect of it and turning it into film. And I feel like there's an even greater connection now because I feel like these days with indie film, it's everything's becoming very picturesque,
Okay.
where any frame in most people's indie films, if you screen grab it, it's a beautiful photo. So I feel like these days it's more closely related than back then because I feel like things are a little framed a little better these days. That's all.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think I can agree with that too. And with the way that the way that everything's ultra HD now as well. I mean, you can't get away with things that you used to be able to get away with in the old days when things were on VHS and they were on one of those
Mini
tube
DV.
TVs. Yeah, exactly. Like I've watched some of these movies now that it fooled everybody in the 80s, and like you can clearly see that the dead people are still breathing and they're moving their arms and all that kind of business. I mean, yeah, you can't get away with that stuff any longer.
Right.
So talking about that, what was that first film project that you worked on? And what was that
Th-
experience like for you as a first timer?
Oh my gosh. So that movie was Scarlet Rain, and I was
Okay.
actually unhoused at the time. And I thought it was absolutely incredible because there was a cast and crew house. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You're giving me food and a place to sleep. This is amazing. And you're paying me at the end of this? Like, what? Uh, and they're like, oh wow, Mel's really, really going for it. She's even here when she doesn't have to be. Yeah, you're giving me a place to sleep, and I get to like watch these creative people doing creative things and just getting to breathe in this environment and chit chat. And I fell in love with it. I don't know, had my circumstances have been different, if I would have fallen in love with it the same way.
Yeah.
I will never know. But given my circumstances at the time, I thought it
Hmm.
was like the best thing ever.
Are those people still making movies? Are you still in contact with them?
There's a few of them that are not. One of them, um, I still kind of keep in contact with. I just don't have the time to chit chat
Yeah.
like I used to, but we touch base about once a year. Um, uh, a lot of them went on to do a few more, and then they don't really do like they used to.
Yeah.
But it's really cool that they were a part of my film journey.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, indie film can be a transient journey for sure, as people find more steady work or, start a family or that sort of thing. They may fall out of it. Definitely makes sense.
Yeah,
So that's a
that's
perfect
usually the
set.
case.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said that's usually the case.
Yeah. That's a perfect segue into the next category and talking about indie films and indie film, your experience in the indie film industry. You don't only do horror films, you also do a lot of sci-fi work. What is your favorite genre to work in, and where can you have the most fun?
Ooh, that's hmm. Okay, so I kind of have like, especially my top two. My top two is like Christmas slashers, or like just Christmas in general, Christmas slashers.
Yeah,
Um, I really love creature features. Anything with a creature suit or big creature
yeah.
puppet. I love creature movies. And then like my third is like traditional, like Hallmark style Christmas. I know Christmas is in there twice.
Yeah.
Um,
Have you been in
uh,
in a rom-com type Hallmark kind of Christmas movie?
no.
No.
I'm hoping one day.
Yeah.
Um, I hope it's a queer
Yeah, that'd be
Christmas
cool.
holiday Hallmark style thing.
Yeah,
That's what I'm hoping for because there's just not enough queer representation out there.
definitely. And
Um,
they do a lot of those way up north here where I live. They film a lot of those things, so you could come up here.
I would love to. I would love, and I've been preaching this
Yeah.
for years, year after year. I'm like, I want to do a Hallmark movie. And people are like, oh, let me hook you up with my friend. And I'm like, yeah, 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 yeah. Nothing ever comes of it.
Yeah.
There was one filmed in my hometown
Mhm.
while I was living there. And I'm like, are you all serious?
Yeah.
You're all serious. Like they didn't even want me as an extra, like in the
Really?
background.
That's
And I was like,
rude.
y'all are rude. I
Yeah.
know.
Uh-huh.
I was pretty butthurt about it actually.
Yeah. My boss and I accidentally wandered through the set of one in September.
Oh my
Yeah. We were
God.
at a convention in Montreal and we were walking to the train station to go home
And
and
you
we
didn't
actually
refuse to leave?
no, we had to go catch the train. So
Okay.
yeah, but it was fun. Like we figured out what it was. And I was in that area the night before and I was like, why is it decorated for Christmas?
Oh my
And
God.
then the next day we walked right through. Oh, they're filming a rom-com here. Um,
Amazing.
you've worked on so many different movies. Like I'm talking a ton of movies. I'm talking over 100 movies. What's been your favorite one or ones? You can pick more than one if you want to work on.
I always say my favorite movie is the one that I'm working on right now.
Smart answer.
But I'm not working on any right now.
Oh,
My next one is going to be My Blade is Your Salvation. And if I had to go like recent,
Hmm.
I'd say Bloody Bones. Bloody Bones
Bloody
was a really
Bones.
fun time. And oh gosh, the creature is really scary.
Well, I'm excited because I backed that. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm excited to see it. But of all time,
Of all time.
yeah,
I always keep coming back to Mrs. Claus.
yeah. Okay, well, that's good. We'll talk about Mrs. Claus soon. Okay, so in the tons of movies that you've appeared in, I've seen you die countless times. What is the gnarliest death that's ever been perpetrated upon the great Mel Heflin?
One that you haven't seen yet.
Okay. Can you say which movie it's
I'm
in?
No, because that's going to
No.
give it away.
Oh, okay. All right.
uh, and I didn't even get to be there for the moment we they filmed it.
Really? How'd that work?
Yeah,
Was it
yeah.
CGI Mel
Uh,
Heflin?
no, it's not
Okay.
CGI at all.
Okay.
Um, it's going to be really good.
Okay.
But gnarliest death that you've possibly seen,
Okay.
probably Camp Blood 7,
Okay. I don't remember what that one was, but I have seen that
the
movie.
balloon guts.
Oh, okay. Straight out of
We had fun
Slaughter
filming
High.
that.
I remember the first time I
Yeah.
ever saw Balloon Guts, it was Slaughter High.
Oh, we had fun filming that in Mark Polonia's backyard.
I'm obsessed with Mark Polonia's movies, but I keep making videos about them, kind of dumping on them a bit. So
Oh no.
I don't know. I explain every single time. I give it two ratings. I give it a rating for normies and I give it a rating for Poloniacs. Okay?
That's fair.
So for Poloniacs, like for Sharkula, for example, for a normie, it's probably a 2 out of 10. But for
Okay, that's
Poloniacs,
fair.
it's an 8 out of 10. And I'm a
Yeah,
Poloniac, so there you go, right?
makes sense.
All right. Don't kill me, Mark. There is one guy out there who's probably going to kill me if he ever finds me. Two people. Glenn Danzig is going to kill me if he ever meets me. So, as an indie creator, do you typically use Kickstarter or Indiegogo to raise funds for your projects?
Oh gosh, an unfortunate amount of times. This year, there was at one point, I think there were five that I'm working on in 2026, running at the same time.
Wow. And
Yeah, that had never
so,
happened before, though.
are you a producer on all of those projects too? So, are you on the hook for trying to get that funding going?
Not usually, no, but I
Okay.
actually, there is one that I'm working on right now
All
where
right.
I am a producer on it.
Well, why don't you talk about that one? Why don't you tell us about it?
Oh gosh, so Big Boobenstein, and I'll go into a little bit of my backstory on it.
Okay.
So, at one point, I was transitioning back to the United States from living in Japan, and I was bouncing around hotel to hotel. And there's not a whole lot that I could do at the moment, especially because, like, I wasn't announcing, like, hey, I'm back in the States. Come hire me because um, completely unrelated.
Mhm.
But I don't usually give out my location just for safety
Yeah, fair
reasons.
enough. Hmm.
So I wasn't advertising it too heavily where I was and what I was doing, and it made it really hard to do any film. But there were a couple people that got with me during that time, during that transition. And during that time, I was recording more audiobooks. So I reached out to the wonderful writer, Jeff O'Brien,
Hmm.
and he had just come out with the book, I think it was Heart Shaped Box.
Okay.
And I was like, this looks hella fun. Let me voice it, please. Let me narrate it. And he's like, here, have a more popular one. And I was like, okay. And then I got the book, Big Boobenstein. I'm like, oh my God, this looks so good. So I was happily voicing it. And the more I was voicing it and going through it, the more heavily I was like, how does Jeff know all these things about me? Like there
Oh.
were deeply
Yeah.
personal things in this book
Yeah.
in relation to my own life.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with the character Adelaide. And we talked a little bit about it. And he said, if it ever becomes a movie, you'll play Adelaide. And
Yeah.
I was like, I am going to make this a reality somehow. So for about 2 years, me and him got together. He wrote a little script. I painted myself up. I bought myself a big pair of bazongas and a wig that was very true to the character style. And I filmed the cheesiest little promo. I even bought CapCut Pro to be able to do some green screen moments.
That's cool.
And for 2 years, we shopped around for a director
Yeah.
until Tyler Chapman came forward. And Tyler happened to be familiar with the books. And we were like, whoa.
Really?
And he had all these ideas. And there were a couple of directors that we really liked that we reached out to. And we were very, excited about, but for whatever reason, it just didn't work out. And in the end, Tyler was just so excited about the project, and we
Hmm.
could feel his excitement through the screen. And we
Yeah.
were like, yeah, this works. And I went out and I filmed with him in November on his most recent feature, The Lady of Castle de la Morte. And that was a really fun time. And now we have Big Boobenstein, the Kickstarter, running right now. And I am so super stoked for it. It is a story so close to my heart. I feel like this movie is going to go out to and be somewhat of an anthem for anyone who's ever felt like they weren't good enough. And I feel like everyone can relate to that.
Yeah.
I feel like we all need this movie.
Can you give us a little, without giving any spoilers away, like a little plot synopsis about what
Sure.
happens? Yeah.
So Adelaide is in love with her boyfriend. She only has eyes for him. He is the end all be all. But Johnny does not only have eyes for Adelaide.
Oh.
Johnny has a wandering eye, a wandering heart, and wandering other things, as I'm sure most of us can probably relate to,
Mhm.
um, having relationships in the past. And he is a big walking red flag. But she looks past it and she's like, one day, he's going to wake up and realize that I've been here all along. I can
Mhm.
ignore all these red flags. I'm going to end up with Johnny. And he ends up convincing her that her boobs aren't big enough for him.
Okay.
So she goes and schedules discount plastic surgery for
Mm.
her, of course.
Yeah.
For her. They're for her, but they're for Johnny,
Yeah.
but they're for her. And it doesn't go so well.
Hey, okay. Sounds very
And
interesting. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
um, so it's got themes of suicide,
Okay.
mental health,
Hmm.
domestic abuse in a way.
Yeah.
And these are very dark themes. So we get to the other side using lighthearted comedy in between.
Hmm.
And if I had to put a genre on it, I would have to say it's like a dramedy,
Okay.
a dark comedy with horror elements.
Excellent. That sounds very, well, I'm going to watch it when it comes out. I'm backing it too.
Thank
So I'm
you.
I'm excited. How is the Kickstarter going?
Really well. There's always a lull. Our initial goal was 5,000, and that gets everybody to location.
Yeah.
The next stretch goal is 7,500, which we are within $1,000 of. So that's really, really good for
Mhm.
having 24 days left.
Yeah.
And that is going to pay for all the props and the locations. And the full, full budget
Hmm.
is around 14 to 15K, and
Okay.
that's going to pay for everything. And after we meet that goal, which I think is fully doable,
Yeah.
after we meet that, that's when we really get to play with starting to really add stuff in. So I don't know
Mhm.
what that's going to mean. It's going to totally depend on how much the fans want to see
Mhm.
and how much word gets out. So
So
so we're very,
folks,
very hopeful.
yeah, folks, go donate. See, it's not some crazy schlocky thing. It sounds really, really empowering and good. Give her your money.
We will put it to very good use.
Yes,
And I
absolutely.
have something to show
Okay.
actually, and um, it's right over here, but it's off camera, of course. So you saw the boxes a moment ago.
Yeah.
That has been taking me forever, but
Oh, that's so cool. And you made that yourself.
yeah, I bought a 3D printer to be able to do this.
That's
And
awesome.
these were designed by Brandon Andy for the campaign.
Yeah.
The boxes just take forever.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
So, where'd my flashlight go? Okay.
Okay. It looks so spooky right now. Holy moly.
This is my little UV.
Oh, she glows in the dark.
Yes.
That's so cool. That's very impressive. I think that's very
Thank
cool.
you.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
much glow.
Yeah. No, it's very cool.
I had so much fun designing these.
Yeah. Did it take very long to come up with that?
I sort of had the idea for it. I got approval from a writer, Jeff,
Mhm.
and Tyler, and they were like, "Yeah, go crazy." And I was like, "Okay." And I hired an artist,
Yeah.
as one does. And then I was like, "Okay, I need to buy a 3D printer. I don't know what I'm doing."
Yeah.
And I bought a 3D printer and figured it out. And the next thing you know, I have all these boxes taking taking over my house, my room.
Yeah.
They take all day.
Yeah, I bet. Doing all the
But they're
assemblage.
so fun.
Yeah. They look
I'm sure
cool.
everybody will love them.
Oh, they'll love them for sure. Like anybody who's watching this video is gonna love them.
I hope
Absolutely.
so.
Yeah. What's coming up after Big Boobenstein? What's the next big project?
So I'm working on getting that funded right now. The next
Mm.
project I'm going to be doing is My Blade is Your Salvation,
Okay.
and then Shiver Staying All Night was is a Christmas slasher that was
Ooh.
moved to filming in March, which I'm totally cool with.
Okay.
That doesn't change anything for me. And then Big Boobenstein filming in April.
Wow.
Here we go. And then I'm working on The Legend of Tinkerhell by Acrostar Productions.
Okay. Now is that I don't know too much about this one, but it sounds like it might be part of that whole twisted childhood universe. Is that part of the Winnie the Pooh universe and all that business?
Ish, yeah, it's
Okay.
uh kind of like that, yes.
Okay. That's cool. So is that in England, that one?
No,
Okay.
it kind of follows a different storyline
Okay.
and kind of borrows ideas of the character, but doesn't copy directly.
Okay. Doing the whole indie Kickstarter Indiegogo thing. Your fans or, fans of indie movies in general that are funded this way get to be more of a part of the movies than they ever have before. What has been, how do you feel about that, first of all? And then how have your fans reacted to that?
So I've really seen Indiegogo evolve and Kickstarter, Indiegogo evolve over the years. And oh gosh, back in the day, it would be a situation of um, back like 15, 20 years ago, people wouldn't really have perks. It would be like a
Hmm.
thank you credit. It would be a copy of the movie, maybe a poster, maybe a t-shirt. And that would be kind of it. Most of the um, perks were like shout out on my Facebook page,
Yeah.
which is, that's great. That's
Yeah.
that's very it's very nice. It was really fun to see these things evolve.
Hmm.
And ever since, I guess, around the time of COVID, I started to see pay to play perks. And I didn't know what this term was until just about a year or two ago. I didn't really understand it. But I think it's really fun um, that, fans of movies and people who've always wanted to try to be on set
Hmm.
can now come and step into that, whereas they might not have otherwise had the opportunity or the chance. And I think that's a really fun way.
Yeah.
Like not everyone wants to drive 12 hours to go audition
Yeah.
somewhere like what I used to do. And, if you are financially stable enough,
Hmm.
uh, you can buy a super cool role somewhere in something. And I just think it's neat that people that, wouldn't have otherwise gotten to can now join a cast. I know that there's a
Yeah.
lot of people against it, and I know that people say that it can degrade the quality of a project, but
Hmm.
I have met some pay to play people that I wouldn't have otherwise known that they were pay to play if they hadn't told me.
Yeah.
I have seen these people, and I won't name any names out of
No,
respect
no,
for
no.
them,
Yeah.
but I had no idea. I thought they were being paid just like I was,
Yeah.
and they were paying to come, be in those scenes, and I
Mhm.
thought they were great. And we need to not take life so seriously
Yeah.
anyway. Like these are schlocky, fun movies, and
Yeah.
even if they weren't, what's it really hurting?
I found that
Oh gosh, don't come for me.
nobody's going to come for you. No, 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 no. I found that the community has been a lot less gatekeepy than I thought it was going to be. Like I'm just some guy who works in an office that lives in Canada, right? And and your community, am I allowed to say our community now? Because
Yeah,
yeah, our community has been very, very open and welcome to, inviting me into it. And like I'm just some guy. Like I told you before we started, I have the most terrible imposter syndrome when all of this starts. And I keep thinking that, oh, these guys are going to go behind my back and say, that guy's an idiot. Don't talk to him. But it's not like that at all. So yeah, I don't understand. Like hopefully people who do pay to play and they're good, hopefully that's just them getting their foot in the door and now they can, be a part
exactly.
of it too. Yeah.
And that's one of the first things that I really noticed about
Mhm.
the independent film and especially the independent horror community
Yeah.
was some of the first conventions that I went to. I noticed, and I noticed how incredibly open everybody was with people that were different from themselves, or
Hmm.
it, like nobody that I have personally seen is like ableist or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I love that everybody in this community is just so incredibly accepting, and everybody gets that we're all human,
Yeah.
and I just love that. I've
And
always loved that about this community.
it's so much more progressive than I ever would have expected. Like, I don't mind getting it out there that I'm a huge leftist because I talk about it all the time in my videos, and I've lost people, I've lost subscribers due to it, but I gained more
That'll
bastards.
happen.
Yeah, it's all good. I don't care. But I found that the indie horror community in particular is incredibly progressive, and I think that that's incredible. Speaking of conventions, do you do a lot of conventions?
I wish to do more.
Yeah.
And I was recently kind of invited to one, and I'm like, oh, darn, I'm filming. I don't
Yeah.
film as much as I used to, just because the projects that I work on now really value um, and are very careful with time. It's
Hmm.
not like, oh yeah, you're going to be on call for the next 35 days where we may or may not film.
Yeah.
Uh, so these days the filming is more condensed and very careful,
Yeah.
especially with like me doing flights and stuff. So I do have more availability to be able to do conventions, but the timing is just hard because the ones that I'm getting invited to are the ones that uh, um, don't work date wise, and
Yeah.
then the ones that do work date wise aren't calling me yet.
Oh man. Now, do you like travel or are you more of a homebody?
Both.
Yeah.
When I'm traveling, I'm on it. When I'm home, I'm home.
I'm the same way, except I don't like traveling. So So let's talk a little bit about a movie called Mrs. Claus. See, I've got my copy right there.
Yes.
Yeah, it's trying to blur it out right now.
Oh,
Maybe I
she's
put my
so
hand over there.
cute.
Yeah.
They're like, it's like, no, she's evil. Don't look.
Yeah, that stupid screen blur thing. It's almost Christmas time, So let's talk about this Christmas horror movie that you were in. It's Mrs. Claus.
Wonderful.
It's from 2018. How did that concept come about?
So I actually didn't jump on this project right away,
Hmm.
like normally. Uh, this project, I saw it was taking the indie world by storm. Everybody was sharing it, whether they were in it or not, and
Yeah.
it was just like this wildfire that
Uh-huh.
was going through, and everybody was talking about it. Everybody was looking forward to it, and it was by Troy Escamilla. And I saw this movie like going crazy, and it hasn't even been filmed. And he had one prior film,
Hmm.
and I saw this movie, and I was like, I have to find out how to audition. Like, I do not care. I need to find a way into this movie. This looks incredible. And I reached out to him, and he's like, we're not ready for auditions yet. And I was like, okay. And then he was ready for auditions, and
Yeah.
he called, he sent out a message, and I was like, I'm in whatever state I was in at the time. What was it,
Hmm.
Maryland? Um, and I sent it was my first video audition,
Okay.
and it was one of the very few video auditions that I ever got cast from. Normally, I have no chemistry with just a camera.
Yeah.
But I did a video audition for him, and I got the role, and I was super excited. And I went out to Houston, Texas in
Oh,
July.
that's when that was
I
filmed?
know.
Holy crap.
Yes, it was in Houston in July, and I had the best time eating tamales, and just it was fun. We had
Well,
we had such a blast, and it was fun to work with Kaylee.
I figured it had to be somewhere in the South because nobody was wearing jackets in that at Christmas time there. So, and I live in
Right.
Canada. I love Christmas slashers. This is definitely a Christmas slasher. Can you tell us about your character, Angela?
Yeah, I mean, it's been almost 10 years. It's not spoilery anymore.
No, no.
Um, Angela is, she just wants to be accepted,
Yeah.
and she'll do anything to be accepted. And she just, she'll do anything to join the sorority, and she wants a group of sisters. She's an only child, and she just really wants in. And of course, anybody who's she's deep down, she's psychotic. She's
Hmm.
psychotic. She's been pushed past the breaking point by this group of girls who, they just think they're having fun, but really, they're kind of evil. They're
Yeah.
kind of mean.
One is
They're big
particularly horrible.
sistery
Yeah.
type. And uh, you know, anybody that can be driven to kill someone, they don't always start out with all their marbles, or their screws are always a little bit loose to begin with.
Yeah.
So, not so nice things happen to her,
No,
as
no.
you've seen.
Yeah, we're going to
And
be very coy about what we say in the review too. That
okay,
yeah,
wonderful.
forced to do something humiliating.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then relive that
And
humiliation.
so
Yeah.
I don't know how much it shows because I haven't seen them back to back,
Hmm.
but I do know that the Mrs. Claus version of the film shows a lot less
Okay.
than the Stirring version of the film. So there are two versions of this movie:
Yeah.
Stirring, which is the original, which I kind of refer to as the director's cut,
Okay.
and Mrs. Claus, where there's been quite a bit more cut out of it.
Okay.
I'm not sure how much it is, but I definitely do recognize whenever I do watch Mrs. Claus, like, hey, now they're missing some stuff here.
I wonder
Um,
which one I have, but either way,
you
yeah,
probably have Mrs. Claus. That's the
probably.
easier one to get a
I
hold
got it from
of.
Amazon, so probably.
Yeah, and Mrs. Claus is actually um, a couple years after that movie came out.
Mhm.
I was in Costco grocery shopping,
Yeah.
and somebody recognized me from that movie.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I
really cool.
know. And I got recognized at conventions over that one.
Yeah.
And there was one time I was in FYE,
Okay.
and
That's an
uh,
American chain. Is
I
that what do they sell? Is that for
it's movies and
okay.
music.
Gotcha. Sorry
generally.
about that.
That they've kind of moved. No, you're
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
They've kind of moved to more like pop culture items.
Okay.
And every time I pass one of these stores,
Yeah.
I go in and I'm like, I wonder if they've got any of my movies because sometimes they do. I've
Hmm.
got enough of them, and I'll go in and I'll collect them, and then I'll take them to the front, and I'll be like, if either they're really cheap and I bring them with me and pack them for conventions,
Yeah.
or I let them know like, hey, I can make this, I can deface this with my signature if you like.
Yeah.
And I did that not long ago
Yeah.
when they were getting ready to go out of business. And I was telling the lady about it, like, yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
this movie to Mrs. Claus. And she was like, oh my God, I just saw that one last Christmas. Would you sign that for me? And I was
Yeah.
like, well, I was going to buy it, but yeah.
And you got very bloody in that movie. Very bloody.
I did.
Super
I
bloody.
loved how bloody I got in that movie.
Had you worked with, right? Well, you already answered this. If you had worked with Troy Escamilla before this movie.
Mm-mm.
No, I was
Not
very,
yet.
I say in my review, it's very impressive that this is this person's second movie and it came out so
Yes,
good, you know.
it did. Yeah.
It felt like kind of a love letter to Black Christmas and to there's a kill in there that I'm positive is taken from Happy Birthday to Me, the skewer kill. It's not
Hmm.
exactly the same, but I'm wondering if you took inspiration from that one. And it's got a little bit of Silent Night, Deadly Night in it too. I think at one point in time somebody yells naughty, and I'm pretty sure, pretty sure. But yeah, I really like that movie. I'm glad I got a chance to watch it before we did the interview too. That's cool because it feels a lot better so I can talk about it with you now, having seen it. Was it a hard shoot or was it a good time overall?
I don't think that there was anything that was really too difficult. The only thing that I really struggled with
Yeah.
was the harness that they had me in for the one scene. And I'm going to be
Yeah.
very careful with my words here. Um, there, there's, I couldn't force my legs to go straight.
Okay.
Um, and that was the only, like, that was the hardest thing.
Yeah. I mean, we do in the review we are going to say that Angela did commit suicide. But I was wondering about that too. I was wondering how you did that scene because it didn't look like you were on a green screen or anything like that. And
No, no, I
yeah,
was actually hanging. Yeah, and
that's
I
crazy.
was very safely hooked up,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I was very excited when Troy told me like, "Oh no, you're going to be hanging for this scene. We're not just going to do the dangling feet
Yeah.
and then the face and then the dangling feet
Yeah.
again. We're going to show this practically." And I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah.
And the effects artist, I believe her name, oh gosh, Heather Benson, I want to say, she was really fun to work with. She is the one that gave me the harness, but I wasn't sure if it didn't fit me exactly
Hmm.
or if my legs just weren't strong enough to force down. And we made it work, I think. I did my best. I honestly did.
Yeah.
Um, but the hardest was like pulling my legs to stick kind of like out.
I'll watch that again and
And
see when I'm doing the review.
yeah, and the
Yeah.
biggest though the biggest problem, bigger than that even, was
Yeah.
that like my it slowly wanted to spin me around.
It looked kind of like you were moving.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
twitching my body. I
Yeah.
was twitching my body to try to stay facing the camera for the effect. And oh gosh, there was a lot going on in those
Yeah.
moments, trying to keep my eyes rolled back.
Yeah. I love
It was
practical
fun.
effects. I love
Me
practical
too.
effects. And this movie was all practical. Talk about it in the review. Watch my review, folks. Um, all practical. You can't go wrong. There's nothing I hate more than watching a wonderfully shot movie, all practical effects up to a point where somebody gets stabbed or something like that, and then you see crappy CGI blood spatter. And it looks so
Yeah.
stupid. You can't
If
make it
that's what
look
they're
good.
going for, it
Yeah.
works. But at,
Yeah.
at the same time, like, why not just use practical if you can?
Right. I mean, people have been doing practical blood spray for 40 years, 50 years at this point in time. I mean, where can you go wrong? Um, do you have any fun behind the scenes stories from the set of Mrs. Claus?
I wasn't there very long, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I believe I was only there for 2 or 3 days. because I'm just in the very beginning.
Right.
Uh, I can't think of anything. It's been a
No.
little while.
Did you get to meet Brink Stevens or Helen Udy while you were there?
No, but I was so
Oh.
happy that they both play family members of mine.
Yeah. That's a bit of a spoiler, but that's okay.
No, no. Oh,
A little
bring
bit.
Stevens.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
bring. But we know Helen Udy's my mom.
Yes, we do know that. We do know that. But, it was 2018, so that's okay. It's been lots of years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can always clip that out if you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah, I'll probably leave it in. It's all good. So, we've just talked about a Christmas slasher film. Perfect segue to talk a little bit about Christmas. I have it on good authority that you are a huge fan of Christmas. Would that statement be accurate?
Absolutely. It's my favorite holiday, and I know people will come for me. The only thing I don't like is like, okay, so October 31st,
Yeah.
at the stroke of midnight, the Halloween stuff comes down.
Yeah.
Sorry, Halloween. I love you. It's time to go. November 1st, it is time.
hmm
We are not Thanksgiving people.
People can come for
Uh,
you all they want because they're going to come for me too because we did the exact same thing. We do the exact same.
yeah,
And we have our
yeah.
our version of Veterans Day in Canada is called Remembrance Day on November
Mhm.
11th. And people get mad at us when we put our stuff up before Remembrance Day. But you know what? Christmas trumps Veterans Day, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I absolutely believe that. Yeah. So this year,
Yeah.
I did celebrate Thanksgiving kind of for like a moment.
Okay.
And that's okay. The Christmas decorations is up. I'm not going to put giant turkeys all over my house. That's good. That's just crazy. Nobody does that.
Goofy.
Nobody
Yeah.
decorates for Thanksgiving unless
Right.
they're crazy. It's fine if they are.
Yeah.
But it's my personal preference that the Christmas decorations are up November 1st so that I get to enjoy them for a good long time. And I have a lot of Christmas decorations to put up.
Yeah. Can you give us a rundown of your decor?
I'd love to.
Okay.
So I need Christmas shower curtains. I need
Oh,
Christmas soaps. I need Christmas towels. I need Christmas bed sheets. All of it.
wow.
I'm not sacrificing any of it. I have a Christmas tree in my bedroom that I use
Yeah.
as a nightlight, and that is a retro silver tree.
hmm
And my big tree downstairs, the one we celebrate around and put presents under, is a flocked tree.
Ooh.
And I add extra lights to that because, of course.
Yeah.
Um, I can't decide between colored and white lights, like the traditional
Yeah.
versus the colored and fun, and like I need both. Um, what else? What else? We put up all the window clings.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, I live in an HOA.
Okay.
Ew.
So the most I get to do is a floor mat, like a doormat, and a wreath. That's
Really?
as far as they'll let me go. Yeah.
That sucks.
I know. I'm surprised they're not like peeking in my windows, like, you have too many Christmas trees, ma'am.
What do they have power to do anything about it? Like, can they kick you out or something like that? Like you
They
bought that
charge us
house.
$100 a day until we take whatever it is down that they
Oh
want.
my God, that's terrible.
Yeah. It's
We
ridiculous.
Yeah, we live in a townhouse complex too, and we have a condo corp that runs the whole thing. And they
Mm,
try, like every so often you'll get a letter that says that your garden is unruly, but they can't do anything about it. So what are you going to do,
mm.
right?
See, we get letters for other people, and our landlord gets mad at us,
Yeah.
even though we aren't the ones doing anything. They just sent the wrong picture of somebody else's backyard with too many flower pots on it. So we get in trouble, even
Wait,
though
wait.
I know.
You can get in trouble for your backyard too?
Oh,
Nobody
for
can
too
see
many
that. They go
flower
through.
pots being on your cement. We have a tiny little cement slab
Yeah.
patio, and if we have one too many flower pots, they'll freak out and try to
That's
charge us
crazy.
$100 a day. I'm very careful with this whole
Yeah.
number of flower pot things, but they'll still take pictures of somebody else's backyard and send it to our landlord and be like, "She's a problem," and we get in trouble.
That's crazy. That's
I know it.
crazy.
I know
Yeah.
it.
Um,
Yeah.
I recently interviewed fellow Christmas enthusiast Steve Rudzinski, and he was saying that he hasn't encountered much overlap at all between industry
No,
workers that are fans of horror and Christmas. Has that been your experience
not
as well?
really.
Really?
Not really. No. So I know. a lot of my wonderful friends in this industry are big fans of Creepmas.
Okay.
And we love Creepmas. I have no issue with Creepmas. I think it's
Hmm.
really cool.
Yeah.
But I like traditional Christmas.
Hmm.
And I have a couple Creepmas sweaters. I just did a little Creepmas photo shoot with my wonderful friend Michael Gavin.
Yeah.
But I need Christmas. I love seeing skulls in a tree.
Hmm.
I don't want skulls in my tree. Maybe I would do a Creepmas tree as
Yeah.
part of my
Somewhere
Christmas
else.
decor.
Yeah.
Right, but not as my only tree. I can't do it.
We have our big traditional tree right next to me here. Can't see it. If I pick this thing up too, it's going to mess up my whole business here. And then I'll never get it back right. And then you'll be sitting here waiting for me to get ready for another 25 minutes. But so we've got our big traditional tree here. It's fake though. We like fake. We've got a kitchen tree that's all silver and gold. We've got two upstairs trees, one like yours. We use it as a nightlight in our bedroom, and that's got more family kind of ornaments on it. And then we've got one in my what used to be my son's room. He's moved out. He's in his 20s. He's got married and moved out east. Now it's my YouTube studio. But I've got a gnome tree in there.
A
Something
gnome
just
tree.
crashed out
Sounds
there. That's
delightful.
crazy. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Something crashed in on the street behind me. That's weird. Hopefully everyone's okay. Um, but yeah, it's a Christmas gnome tree up there. That's and then we've got, my wife loves gingerbreads, so we've got gingerbread guys all
I
over the
love
place.
gingerbread.
Yeah. What do you like most about this time of year?
Oh gosh. So growing up, my mom made Christmas very special. And
Mhm.
I miss her extra this time of year. And I don't know if I go a little bit extra at Christmas time just to make up for the fact that she's not here or what. But it helps me keep my mind off it.
Mhm.
So oh gosh, everything just has a different theme and it's all like very cohesive, like the Christmas parties, the 5Ks, uh we have in Jacksonville this thing called Deck the Chairs, which is these giant lifeguard chairs that they
Mhm.
deck up
Okay.
for Christmas. So that's really fun.
Yeah.
Um, there's just, you know, uh, aside from people trying to run you down in a parking lot
Hmm.
because everyone's, in more of a
A
rush this
lunatic.
time of
Yeah.
year, um, everybody is a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
Besides the parking lot thing, parking
Yeah.
lots scare me this time of year, but everyone's just a little bit nicer and you know
I agree. I think so too. And I think that a very appropriate setting for a horror movie could be Costco on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah.
you're not wrong.
Now, you recently worked on the Rhonda Shear's Up All Night Thanksgiving special. For
I
the audience,
did.
yeah. For the audience that don't already know, Rhonda Shear hosted a show back in the 90s called Up All Night. Gilbert Gottfried used to be on it too. And she showcased B movies, like horror B movies. I'm an old guy. I know this stuff. Uh, what was this experience like working on the Thanksgiving special?
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. um so I came to the address and I was like, oh gosh, am I here? And then there's all these wonderful women who were just beautiful and I'm like, do I follow you? And they're like, come on, yeah. And I'm just like, I don't know what's happening, this is amazing. And Rhonda came out, and I was just like, wow, this is great. And she was so sweet. And I got to be made up by her makeup artist for the show. And um, th- th- uh, I get tongue tied.
Yeah.
The catering was really fabulous.
Ooh,
The set was so cool. It was
yeah.
this huge studio, and the set is in like a corner of it. And there were so many people. I was not used to such a big crew. Um, I guess that's the luxury of doing filming in the same location, though, right?
Yeah.
Instead of having to move locations,
Hmm.
so much. It was a very different experience than what I'm used to, just because film to, TV style is
Yeah.
very, very different. And it was such a pleasure. And I was a little bit nervous because I had never used a teleprompter.
Oh,
And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun getting to see how everybody worked and the dynamic of everybody working together. And of course, my friend Jessa Flux
yeah.
was there, and gosh, we had so much fun. It was my first time meeting Sean Donahue. He was super
Oh, really?
nice.
Yeah.
hmm Yeah, I
Yeah.
had never met him, and like
You're in
we'd
the
been
same
in each
area.
other's.
That's too
I
crazy.
know, and I'd been here since 2011, and we've
Yeah.
both been filming pretty much. Um, he started filming around the same time that I
Yeah.
did,
Hmm.
and it was very interesting. Like, yeah, we've been in each other's circles for nearly 2 decades.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
So yeah, you've worked with Jessa a lot, I'm pretty sure. I've seen lots of movies with you and Jessa in
Never
it.
enough.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
never enough. I love seeing her. I love
Yeah.
seeing her work.
Hmm. What movie did you guys cover on that special? Or
The
did she
last
cover?
Thanksgiving.
Okay. All right. Now, is there a Christmas special for Up All Night as well?
Yes.
Are you in it?
Yes.
Oh. Has it already filmed?
So
Are you already done it?
yes, we
Okay.
filmed back to back. It
Yeah.
was Thanksgiving one day, and the very next day it was Christmas.
Are you allowed to say what movie that you cover in that or not yet?
I'm not sure. Let
Okay. Well,
me
then
see if
we
I
don't need
can.
to worry about that. I don't want to get you in any trouble.
Okay.
Okay. That's cool. Um, Before we move on though, Mel, what is your favorite Christmas movie of all time?
Oh, I feel like any answer is going to be the wrong answer.
You can give more than one answer.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm digging deep.
Okay. Do you want me to give you mine and then maybe it'll get the gears going?
Sure.
My favorite is Elf. And I know it's
Oh,
more recent. It's
I
not,
know. It's
yeah,
still it feels nostalgic, like
yeah.
it's been a lot older than it was.
I think that that's the one Christmas movie that I could watch over and over and over again. And I have because our son really, really liked it when he was growing up. But that's one that I could watch over and over again.
The way you answered that actually helped.
Okay,
So I
good.
really love Home Alone 2, Lost in New York,
Okay.
and it's interesting why I love that movie. Like, had you asked me this a couple of years ago, it would have
Mhm.
been the Griswold's Family Christmas,
Okay.
which I can't get enough of.
Mhm.
Um, Squirrel. But my son has watched Home Alone 2, Lost in New York so many times. So many times. And I've seen it so many times. And, like eventually it starts to get a little stale,
Yeah.
but it's not old. It hasn't gotten old.
Yeah.
And it's to the point where it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to save up for a Christmas trip over one of these years to bring you to New York
Yeah.
and get you room service and to see
Oh,
the Rockefeller tree. Like
okay.
it needs to happen,
Yeah.
especially while he's young. It almost happened this year.
Yeah.
Uh, maybe next year. And I need to stop saying maybe next year. I know I need to just take him to do it. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That'll be nice. It'll be a good family trip.
Yeah.
This is the point in the interview where I usually do the lightning round.
Okay.
Okay? Are you ready for the lightning round?
I'm
These are
ready.
these are fast questions and fast answers to let people know more about Mel Heflin, the person, and less, because right now everyone knows Mel Heflin, the actress, but
Mm,
this is going to help them get to know Mel Heflin, the person. All right,
let's do it.
let's do it. Favorite band or musical artist?
Avenged Sevenfold.
Okay, excellent. You got a
I've
favorite
seen
song
them
by them?
live 3 times. Um, Bad Country.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I actually have Backcountry on my Spotify playlist.
Nice.
Even though you're supposed to not go with Spotify anymore, I still do, but
I didn't know that.
yeah. Toilet paper roll. Business in the front or a party in the back?
It goes over.
Yeah, hanging over the top. So it's business in the front.
It
Okay.
needs to. Yes.
I have asked everyone that question, and everyone has given me the same answer except one Marcus Cook. Because
He's an
he
interesting
said,
fellow.
because he said it goes on the tank, just sitting on top of the tank where you can get at it easily, which is fair. Yeah.
That's not a wrong answer.
Yeah. He's
I
not a party
appreciate
in the
it.
back guy though, so there you go. Uh,
That's better.
ninjas or pirates?
Pirates.
Pirates,
I
excellent
like both
answer.
though.
You like both?
I like
Oh,
both, but pirates.
all right. Favorite horror villain?
Oh, um, Maleficent.
Ooh, excellent. Like
She
Maleficent.
didn't get invited to a child's birthday party and cursed. Like, not that I'm petty, but it's like, pop off, girl.
Yeah, exactly. Favorite cartoon character? And it can't be Maleficent.
Misty from Pokemon.
Oh, that's an excellent answer. Well, now I have to add a question to the lightning round, and that is if Mel Heflin were a Pokemon, which Pokemon would Mel Heflin be?
Cubone.
Cubone. Okay. Oh, I get it. Yeah. Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Mimikyu, because Mimikyu just wants to be loved.
Yeah. All right. You're the second person I was able to ask that question to, because everybody else didn't
Nice.
know who Pokemon were. So there you go.
Ah,
But you,
blasphemy.
yeah. Elizabeth Chamberlain said she'd be Vulpix.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love Vulpix.
Yeah. Favorite, or sorry, Marvel, DC, or other?
Marvel.
Marvel. Okay. Yeah.
Marvel.
I Marvel too.
We're Disney people.
Yeah. Are you Disney adults, you guys?
Mm, for the sake of my son, yes. And
Yeah.
gosh, every spare penny I'm able to save goes towards Disney cruising.
Adult beverage of choice.
Coffee.
Okay. Favorite video game.
Left for Dead.
Oh, okay.
Or Until Dawn.
Until Dawn's
Or
pretty good
Last of
too.
Us.
Oh, okay.
In that order.
All zombie themed ones.
Yes.
Okay. What's the latest game that you've played? Like what are you playing now if you when you have time?
I really love the Dark Pictures company.
Yeah.
And I don't it's like playing a horror movie and
Yeah.
I love that. And we mentioned earlier
Yeah.
voicing video games. It's like one of my biggest goals to get to work on one of their
That would be
games. I
very
reached out
cool.
at one point.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever saw my email.
Yeah.
They probably don't know who I am, which is okay. Eventually, maybe one day they will.
They will. They will one day. I back going back probably oh shit. When was it? 2016, 2017. I don't know. Going back quite a few years. Sorry, I got something on my eye. I was a Twitch streamer at one point in time because people actually tuned in to watch me play video games for some reason. And I played Until Dawn. I did 100% of Until Dawn on stream, and it actually made people upset and angry at me the fact that I didn't react to jump scares because like when jump scares happen, I'm like jump scare like that, like because that's how I am. I'm not affected by
Yeah.
jump scares. I'm not gonna scream and yell like PewDiePie or one of those guys. I'm just gonna say there is a jump scare, and that made people upset. But yeah, Until Dawn,
Oh
very cool.
goodness.
I like those Dark Pictures ones too. Yeah. Halloween or Christmas? Which do you like more? That's a stupid question because we already know.
Christmas. Christmas.
All right. Well, here's one we don't already know the answer to. What's your favorite Christmas song?
It's funny that I have a very similar answer than to this as I do. What's your favorite movie you worked on?
Yeah.
Uh, it's kind of a long running joke that whenever a Christmas song comes on, I say this is my favorite Christmas song, and
Okay.
it doesn't matter what's playing. But if I actually had to choose,
Yeah.
um, and I don't know the name of it. I don't know the name, but it fills my heart. It's like the ding fries are done.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah.
that version of it, but
Oh, I thought you meant the Peter Griffin version.
Ding, fries it done. Ding, fries it done.
I really like it when it's performed by Trans-Siberian Night Orchestra when that
Yeah.
comes across my radio.
Very cool. Yeah. As long as it's not simply having a wonderful Christmas time by Paul McCartney.
Uh, you know,
That's
I I don't even hate that version. I
Really?
don't even hate
Oh,
that
okay.
one. Yeah, it doesn't matter what Christmas song is playing. I'm just like, this is my favorite. I love it.
And what's the best Christmas present that you've ever received?
My Game Boy Color.
Ooh,
I got Pokemon with it.
yeah.
Red and blue.
Red and blue.
Yeah,
How
there was a
lucky were
very
you?
short period of time.
Yeah.
I was like, are we rich? And it was because of that moment.
But that is very cool that you got both at the same time. It's too bad you can't trade with yourself.
Oh my gosh, don't I know it?
Yeah.
When I was little, there used to be a Pokemon League at Books a Million, and it was every Saturday between 10 a.m. to maybe it was 9 a.m. It was like 10 a.m. to like 11:30 or something like
Mhm.
that. And you would trade cards with people, and you would do the card battles and
Yeah.
or the Game Boy battles. And like barely anybody had a link cable. And you would get these little stamps in a book. And one of my prized possessions is I collected every single badge, and they were like the little pin badges.
Yeah.
Um, and I have a little like jewelry bracelet case, and my badge is inside, and it's like one of my prized possessions.
That's so cool. I wish that I was younger when all that stuff came out. But I had to grow up with stupid 8-bit Nintendo instead.
I mean, that's still pretty cool.
Yeah, it's still pretty
Do you
cool.
remember when the like it was like N64 Banjo Kazooie or whatever came out, and we were
Yeah.
like, wow, these graphics look so real.
The way we the way we did it at our house. Oh yeah, and PlayStation 1, when PlayStation 1 came out and it blew everyone's
Oh
mind.
my God,
Yeah.
yeah.
The way we did it in our house is that I'd buy the Nintendo console and my brother would buy the Genesis or buy the Sega console. And that's how we did it. Like we were in I was in second grade when we got our Atari. So we had our first Atari. And I don't know if you know
Nice.
about Atari 2600
I
gaming,
do.
but it looks like there's a turd floating around in the middle of the screen and you're a turd shooting turds at turds, right?
Right.
Yeah, but your imagination filled in the rest.
It
Um,
did.
yeah. But the way we went on is I'd buy the actually I can't say that completely we did that because I had a Sega Master System. He was still too little. And then I bought a Nintendo after that. And then the way we did it is I'd get the Nintendo and he'd get the Sega. And at one point in time we flip-flopped and stopped buying Sega completely. And he became the Nintendo and I became the Sony. And so
Okay.
yeah. Before we wrap up though, I want to thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview. You are by far the biggest star that I've ever had on here. And I
Oh, thank
appreciate,
you.
yeah, and I appreciate the time that you've given to me and my small audience so much. You are truly delightful. And, I can't say that enough, but sitting here has been wonderful talking with you. Before we go, though, are there any upcoming projects that you'd like to plug for the audience? And you can plug as many as you want.
Sure. I
Okay.
have a little note list right here, just
Okay,
so
good.
I don't leave anyone out.
Yeah.
Um, my upcoming releases are going to be the Rhonda Shear's Christmas special. I have Amityville Pool Toy Massacre coming out sometime soon. Pig Shit, which is really fun. Ouija Summer Party. Darby Scream House comes out next month.
Okay.
Bloody Bones. And my next movies that I'm filming are My Blade is Your Salvation, Shiver Sang All Night, Big Boobenstein, and The Legend of Tinker Hell. And people can watch for Poppy Butterington to appear back on the Kings of Horror Network very, very soon. I'll
Okay.
be posting when that comes out.
Do you have any books or anything coming up soon as well? Where you're doing the voiceover?
Um, I will be, I am finishing up the Vampire Hunter's Diaries
Hmm.
this coming week.
Yeah. Do you
It'll be done this week.
do you do that at a studio or do you have a studio set up at your house to do that?
I have a studio set up at my home.
Cool. Yeah, it's good when you don't have to leave the house.
I know, but
Yeah.
then I never stop working. I love my work, as we all know.
Yeah. If a producer happens to be watching this and they want to hire you, how can they get a hold of you?
Okay, that's a great question.
Yeah.
So in my link tree, they can get a hold of me any way that they want, but I just prefer to not go back and forth. Hey, how are you doing? Hi. Hey, how are you? I get a lot of messages that
Yeah.
say, "Hey, how are you?" So if they want to write out like a short synopsis, like, "Hey, I'm trying to make this movie. Here's what I've got. Here's what I have in mind for you."
Yeah.
Just like a short little blurb, just so I know that they're not just hitting on me.
Yeah. That's a danger.
Yeah,
Before I let you go, I have one last question for you. And
of
that
course.
is, what's your favorite movie of all time?
Ooh. Back to the Future.
You know, that was Steve's answer as well.
Really?
It is his exact
No.
favorite movie of all time.
I've
Yeah.
always felt a very like strong kinship to him.
Yeah. That's so
That's
cool.
fascinating.
Yeah.
My son recently got connected to Back to the Future,
Yeah.
and oh gosh, my heart sunk. And this was only just a few weeks ago. He was like, "Okay, mommy, I'm ready for Back to the Future 4." I was like, "Oh, buddy, there's no Back to the Future 4." And he's like, "Are they still making it?" I'm like, oh, buddy. Favorite movie series of all time,
Yeah.
hands down. If
Well,
I
that's
had to go
cool.
horror though,
Yeah.
it would probably be Zombieverse.
Okay. Are you in that one? I haven't seen that one yet.
Nope,
Okay.
it's just really, really fun. Somebody
Okay.
posted about it on a Tubi group, and I'm like, and people were, picking it apart as one does, and I'm like, the Zombieverse is a national treasure.
Well, I'll have to watch that one. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can't wait to have you back.
Yeah,